Got somebody, she's a beauty.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So, I don't know if you can tell, but something looks a bit different. My camera looks a little bit different. I'm working with a new setup, so please bear with me. And let me know what you guys think anyway. I just wanted to throw out a disclaimer before I started the video. So today I am back with a get ready with me. I've got another story time, guys. I've got another story time. It's been a long time since I've done a story time get ready with me. I don't know what look I'm going to do today, but we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let's get straight into it. I've already laid my hair. I'm gonna give you guys the details and the tea on this hair at the end of the video, but now let's get straight into the makeup. If you guys have seen any of my get ready with me, you guys will know that NYX Tamer Frame is my favorite eyebrow product of the moment. I use the shades Noir, Black Noir. Don't let the name put you off. If you have a very light hand, it's a beautiful product to work with. You guys know I can't multitask. Certain bits of my makeup that I can't do while I'm talking. Let's do my brows first and then we are gonna get to the story time. I like to drag my eyebrows in just so I can make sure that they're actually like leveled with each other. Sis, do not walk out the house with your eyebrows like this. Let's not. Let's give our eyebrows some room. Now go in with the LA Girl Pro concealer. I like using it on just my eyebrows because it just does the job, but in terms of using it as a full highlighter for my whole head face, I can't do it. I'm going to be using the Morphe palette. I'm going to be using the Morphe 350 palette, the only palette I know how to really use. Just want to get into this story time. Where do I start with this story time? So, me and my girl Tua, on Sunday we decided that we wanted to go to Nando's. We haven't had a date in a long time. What a better place to do it than Nando's? We like going to Nando's, so we thought, let's just do it. So we go to Nando's and we're there for ages. We were there for like 2 hours. And now by this point, we finished eating and everything, and we decided to get hot chocolate because if you guys don't know about Nando's hot chocolate, I'm a Nando's connoisseur, so I've tried a lot of things on that menu, but the hot chocolate, people. I'm going to use the Scandal Eyes Precision eyeliner. So I've drawn that line. And now I'm going to just put some lashes on. Where we were sitting near the back of the restaurant by the kitchen, basically. And we were sitting in a booth. Tua was facing me. I was facing Tua, but I was facing the rest of the restaurant. Meanwhile, Tua's back was towards the rest of the restaurant. So I see this guy and 3 ladies come in, right? They've got like a little kid as well with them. I remember looking at him. The reason why I actually noticed him is because I saw him walking with a Ciroc bottle. He walked into Nando's with a Ciroc bottle. Who comes to Nando's with Ciroc? They're sitting in the booth as well, but he's facing the back of the restaurant, meaning that he's facing me. But we're like, not miles away, but we're distance and spaces, and there's other tables and people between our tables, but he has a good view of me. I'm using the Lancome foundation. I'm in the shade 11. I feel like the colour's a bit off for me, and I spent like £32 on this. I refused to buy another shade, so I got the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the Dewy Smooth. This foundation is amazing. So what I like to do is I like to mix the two. So I start with the dark foundation. I just dot it around my face. So anyway, guys, back to the story. I can see this guy. He's looking at me here and there, but I just didn't pay him any attention. I just thought whatever. I never like to feel like I think I'm too nice, so if a guy's staring at me, I'm just not going to think anything of it. And that's why I didn't mention it to Tua, because I just thought, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm thinking he's staring at me, maybe he's just not. So we're talking, still talking. We're literally having a deep conversation. Then I see him get up, and bearing in mind the toilets are behind us, so I think he's getting up to go to the toilet. So he gets up and he comes to our table. And at this point, I'm like, oh my goodness. Into our mid-conversation, and he just interrupts Tua. And then he goes, I'm so sorry, I've been looking at you from my table, and I just can't help but think you're beautiful, blah, 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 I know your name, or something like that. And then Tua, some of you guys that think Tua is quiet, she doesn't really talk a lot in the vlogs and whatever. You guys think Tua is like this quiet, meek, just shy girl that just doesn't say anything. You guys are wrong. She goes to the guy, Yeah, her friend is here as well, you know, the friend that was having a conversation with her that you just interrupted. And then he goes, oh, sorry. Bearing in mind, right, I'm not really saying much because Tiwa's saying basically everything I'm thinking for me. Personally, I'm trying to not give as much slip because you know what's going on in London. People are getting stabbed, shot up. So I'm trying to not give too much lip, but I'm still giving him a little bit of the culture and whatever. Tiwa just didn't care, which is understandable because he was very rude in his approach, very rude. To highlight, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio Concealer. Very, very creamy. And I used the shade 8, which is Nutmeg, if I'm not mistaken. The shade Nutmeg, will struggle to find it. If you find it, make sure you buy like 10 in one go. Tiwa's like going to him saying, you know, her friend is sitting here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. But, you know, as you can imagine, just, you know, she's so beautiful. So I just got caught up. And then Tiwa's like, I know, look at her. Like, how couldn't you be distracted by her beauty? And I'm looking at Tiwa like, Tiwa, you're not helping right now. Just, let's reel it back in. I have baked with Black Opal Setting Deluxe Powder. I use the shade Dark. And I mix it with a bit of Sacha Buttercup because I like the yellowy undertone that it gives me. He says, I want to get a number. I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm going to give you time to figure out if you want to give me your number. He looks at Tiwa and he says, I know you're the gatekeeper, so it's your decision, even though it's really hers. But it's your decision, so I'm going to let you guys talk about it more and let me know if you want to give me your number. So that happens. He goes to the toilet. We don't even think about the conversation that we just had. We're still talking about whatever we're talking about. We're talking, but I'm mindful of the fact he's gonna come back and come to our table. I keep asking Tiwa, is he coming back yet? Is he coming back yet? Tiwa's like to me, oh, he's coming. So I'm just like, oh. At this point, I was just tired, right? So he comes back to the table and then he starts doing this. It was either like this or it was like this, but he just starts doing this. He starts doing this, and then I'm like, I bind you right now in the name of Jesus. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what spirits you're channeling, but you will not do that after I've just come back from church. He's doing that and I'm just like, like. And he says, where I'm from in Zimbabwe, when you want to interrupt someone's conversation, we do this out of a sign of respect. If anyone from Zimbabwe that's watching this, can you please confirm if this is true or false? Because I don't really believe him. I think he was just chatting rubbish, just for the sake of chatting rubbish. Did I say that he was a bit tipsy? Remember, because I've already noticed that he's walked in with a Ciroc bottle, right? He's like, so have you made a decision yet? I look at Tiwa, Tiwa looks at me, then we're looking at him, and I'm like, are you gonna tell him or should I? Basically, Tiwa said no, she's not gonna give you her number. So, remember I told you that he walked in with 3 girls, right? So while this conversation is happening, I see one of the girls turn around and she starts giggling. At that point, I'm already thinking, what's going on here? Bear in mind, Tiwa can't see them, but I can because I'm facing the rest of the restaurant. At this point, I was thinking, this is too weird for this to be like real. As he's talking and Tiwa's in the middle of telling him no, 3 of the girls get up, right? And one of them looks distinctively pissed off. She walks up to our table, right? So I've seen them first. She leans on Tiwa's like chair, and Tiwa's turning around like Tiwa, yeah, was really ready to square up there and then. Listen, Tiwa's a rider, and she's like to the guy, what are you doing? The other 2 girls are there as well, but they're giggling, right? And she's looking at him and she says, what are you doing? And then he goes, oh yeah, by the way, this is my girlfriend. By the way, this is my girlfriend. While you've just spent the last 5 minutes trying to convince me why I should give you my number, you then say, oh, by the way. He did it like it was like a PS, like a minor detail, like, oh, by the way, don't forget to buy eggs. You know, like you do by the ways for little minute details. You don't do by the way to hide a whole girlfriend. You can't say by the way and tell me you have a whole girlfriend. I don't care if you've been together for 5 hours. How do you forget that piece of information? How? She's just looking at him, pissed off, as she should be. Because I looked cute that day as well. I would be pissed off too if my man was moving to someone that looked cute on the Lord's Day. I would be upset too. So she looks pissed off and she's like to him, what are you doing? And he's like, this is my girlfriend and you guys can be sister what? He said we can be sister wives. I looked at him like, at this point I started laughing. This was a joke. I am being punked right now. I start laughing. He's like, yeah, you guys can be sister wives. And I look at him like, boy, if you don't get sister, where? Sister wives where? I didn't understand what was going on. I look at her and I say, is this your boyfriend? Like, I needed like extra confirmation because he said it, he could be talking, it could be the Ciroc talking. I look at her and I said, is this your boyfriend? She's so pissed off, she can't even speak. She just nods her head and does this. She looks at him and she says, what are you doing? He's like, babe, and he's laughing. And then Till was like, are you kidding me right now? This is your girlfriend. You have a whole girlfriend. She looks at me and she says, what did he say to you? And I said to her, babe, you do not want me to tell you what he's been saying to me because you will be even more pissed off. She's looking at him like, what are you doing? And then the two girls that are sniggering are just kind of like, they're like grown women and they're acting like they're like 10 right now. One of them drags him back and is like, I'm so sorry, this is my brother. He's just being silly right now, whatever. They take him away, they go back to their booth. They sit down and I can see her doing all of this. And she's doing all of this and doing all of this. You know she's giving it to him. And it's what me and Till are like, oh my gosh, can you believe what just happened? Like, can you believe this is happening? We thought that's it, that's the end of it. 5 minutes later, this homie comes back to our table. And this what Till was like, no, are you kidding me right now? I'm like, go back to your girlfriend, she's there, go back to... And I can understand how they've watched him come back to the table and nobody has dragged him back. Nobody has stopped him, nobody has done anything. They haven't even walked out of the restaurant, they're still sitting there. So he comes and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that I'm a musician. Can you look at my songs on SoundCloud? My name is blah, 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 blah. At this point, I was like, you're being ridiculous right now. Your girlfriend is there. You need to go back to your girlfriend and sort out what's going on. We had finished our hot chocolate, we were just talking. So I was like, Till, let's go. So we're packing up our stuff, right? And we want to get up and go. As we're walking, bear in mind, I already told you that we were by the kitchen, so we're on the other end of the restaurant. So we're walking away in front of the whole restaurant. He starts screaming, but I can treat you right. He's shouting, literally shouting in front of the whole restaurant, saying, I can treat you right. I can, all of this blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing right now. He's shouting behind us. Everyone is staring, looking at me and Tiwa. Well, mainly me, because I'm behind and Tiwa's walking in front of me. I'm pissed off, but Tiwa gets so pissed off that she says no. She stops and she turns around. I'm like, Tiwa. She was backing me, like she was holding it down for me. Tiwa gets so pissed off that she turns around, literally turns around, turns back and walks back. She was like, no, you're being disrespectful right now. Your girlfriend is sitting right there and you are like, what are you doing right now? Girlfriend is just sitting there like this, not even looking. And I look at her, two other girls are still like, oh my gosh, acting like school kids. And I look at her and I have to just, because I still don't believe this is real. I look at her again and I'm like, babe, I don't say babe, are you sure this is your boyfriend? Because I have to ask again because this is just not happening. And then she's like, well, not after today he isn't. And I'm like, not after today? You're still sitting there, like, why are you even still sitting there? Why haven't you left? Or, like, I didn't understand what was going on. I was thinking, girl, you have more patience than me, boy, because if it was me, I would have been out of that restaurant a long time ago. I'm just like, Till, let's go. And Till is still like, saying like, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. But walking off, he's still shouting after us, like, I can treat you good, give me a chance, blah, 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 blah. And I literally want to crawl into a hole. We get outside and we just stop. And we literally just have to breathe. And we're literally like, did that just happen? And we're just sitting there like deep in our life. Like, all I could say after that, when we got outside, is that men are trash. Men are really trash. For you to be trying to get a next girl's number while your sisters and your girlfriend is sitting there, you must be a trashy individual to be able to do that. Guys, weird things happen to me, but in the league of weird things, I have never had anything like that happen to me. We leave and we just go back to the car, we're just talking about it, and then it's like, we joke and we say, oh, you know, men are trash, men are this, men are that. We hear stories. I've only experienced the trashiness of men to an extent. But when I hear some of the stories that girls have been through, I really just sit down and think, wow, like, men are actually scum. They can be very disgusting. We can be trash as well, but we're talking about men right now before the men try to come for me. Even though men trump women on trashiness. Ladies, stay woke. Stay woke. Because there's a subsector in the men are trash society that do not mind moving to girls even if they're girlfriends. is there. Dear men, if you're not ready to commit to one girl, you know that you still want to be a baby boy, you know that you still want to play, just don't get a girlfriend. Live your life. If you are in a committed relationship, leave single women alone. Let them be. Let her know that she's single, as opposed to being with a man that she has to keep wondering, who is he talking to today? Is there another girl on the line? Girl, everyone wants to feel insecure. Just leave her alone. She wasn't insecure before you met her. Now you've met her, you've wifed her, and now you've turned her into this insecure paranoid. Guys like to do stuff, and then when girls react to it, they like to label her, she's crazy, she does this. No! What did you do to make her crazy? And ladies, me saying men are trash, I don't subscribe to that. I'm not part of the group entirely because all my guy friends, they're not trash. And I know guys that are not trash, they're very good to me. But some men are just, I just don't know. It is literally like one of the weirdest that's ever happened to me in a very long time. Ladies, if you haven't already heard today, let me be the one to tell you, men are trash. But anyway guys, let's move on to the hair. As you can see, it's very limp right now. I'm going to be using a Remington Canon wand. I wish I knew the barrel size, but I don't. This hair was sent to me by Lonqui Hair on AliExpress. I will leave a link down below to the exact bundle deal that I got and other links to other hair that they sell. This wig was made and installed by Sparkle's hair consultants, the only people that usually always do my hair. I haven't had a frontal since last summer. The first frontal I used, I did it myself, and I didn't really like it because I didn't really know what I was doing. Sparkle's hair consultants hooked it up and they did it for me, so I feel a bit more confident in it. I use the Got To Be Blasted Free Spray. I don't use the actual Got To Be glue gel because it ruins frontals, it ruins closures, it ruins everything because it's just very, very thick and it's literally like glue. I use the Cream of Nature Argan Oil, Perfect Edges Extra Hold Edge Controller. I just use that for my edges because my edges do peek out sometimes. And guys, this hair is so soft. I knew I wanted to do a blunt bob for summer because it's way too hot and I didn't want to have long hair for summer, so we literally just chopped it. It's about 10-12 inch and we literally just chop it into this blunt cut. We've got like some tight curls going on, so what I just do is literally just get a wide tooth comb. This is my hair look. I really honestly love this hair. It is actually so soft. Communication with them was very, very smooth, very easy. They ordered the hair on like a Thursday. They sent it to me on like a Thursday and I think I got it on like the Tuesday because the Monday was bank holiday. Very, very quick delivery. But yeah, this is my summer go-to hair right now. I really love it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this Get Ready With Me / story time. Let me know down below if you want to see more of this and I will get to it. I will make sure that I film more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in my next one as per usual.